And now, the main news on Radio Channel brought to you by Ruth Milling. Radio Chingalo, so that we may be one through the cross. Good afternoon with the main news. I'm Patrick Mupeta. The headlines. Lack of recreation facilities worries the civic leader in Chililabombwe. Senior citizen in Ndola analyze UPND government. And in Kana face Zanaco this afternoon. The details. Lack of recreation facilities in Chililabombwe's Kamenza East Ward has worried area councillor Peter Zulu. Councillor Zulu alleged that land which was reserved for recreational facilities in the locality was sold by the previous government. Speaking to Radio Chingalo News in Chililabombwe, Councillor Zulu, however, revealed that he has submitted a request to the local authority on the need to allocate land for recreational facilities in his ward.
We have searched and come up with a request which we have already submitted to the council to make sure that we acquire some land for recreation. Yeah, in the previous government, a lot of land that was reserved for such facilities was unfortunately shared, given out for residential and other business premises. But our aim now is to make sure that the remaining pieces of land that are in the area, at least the council should spare some, so that these are used for developmental projects. We need our youth to develop. We also need our youth to create employment for themselves.
A memorial service in honor of the late two UPND Copper Belt youth leaders, Ronald Manenga and Gerald Ngoma, who died on 3rd January 2021, has been held at Kitwe's Maranatha Church. The two died after being involved in a road traffic accident along the Kitwe Ndola Dual Way Dual Road while on course of duty. And Copper Belt Minister Elisha Matambo, who is also UPND provincial chairperson, has described the two as pillars of young women in the party whose lives and immense contribution to the UPND should be celebrated. Mr. Matambo was speaking during the memorial service.
They were great soldiers. They did what I cannot describe here. They were great gift to us. We always love them. We always have special place in our hearts until the Lord comes. We pray that this will bring unity to all of us as UPND.
And Kitwe District UPND Chairperson Elvis Nkandu, who is also Youth, Sport and Arts Minister, said the two leaders fought for freedom of association, which the party and the general populace is enjoying.
Because of the instruments that were done by our department colleagues. And to you, the such people, but also enjoy your freedom, liberties, and rights, those are the two parties in the local level.
Gilbert Liswaniso, who is UPND National Youth Chairperson, wants the party to take care of families of the late two UPND youth leaders.
Today, this celebration gives me hope. Chairman of the province that natural first committee also called
Meanwhile, Bishop Gaitz Simusa of Maranatha Church said the late Ronald Manenga, who was a member of the church, contributed immensely in the mission of evangelization. Martin Kalenga, who survived the road traffic accident, said youths should be inspired by the lives of the two youth leaders who worked for others. In other news, residents of Chimwemwe West in Kitwe have expressed concern over the poor state of a bridge that links Chimwemwe and Kwacha townships. Speaking to Radio Tengalo News in the area when Kitwe District Commissioner Lawrence Mwanza checked on the state of the bridge, the residents wondered why the crossing point has remained unfinished for many years. Others wondered why relevant authorities abandoned the works despite being funded. They have since appealed to the local authority to look into the matter.
But the breaking is tight. So just support us and but our freedom to let them pitch in. Affiliate with he preach he are was important. I want to have a Kawama, the exchange. I want to be somebody that must be done. Issue Blangido, now I put a list of transition. So we need to help you at that Great kwena y'abantu abengi ukire abengi eba bakutira banyine bridge nomba bakutira bese bapangi baishe fifi nomba twakula kwasha bese batukirikishe kufendero bese batukirikishe kufendero.
And Mr. Mwanza pledged to engage Kitwe City Council on the completion of the bridge.
First of all, was the contractor also to check on what is the bridge. You can't just build a bridge, it's not unique. This is what we're saying. We are getting this as a middle plan. We need to give a service. That's the reason why you have to pay for this. Really complain. I took time to say, let me go and appreciate what is happening. I can assure you here that we've got a lot of CDM. This should be completed. There's another bridge there which is supposed to be a main bridge, not this one. The vehicles when we have culture, so that people can be accessing culture so easily.
A shrine honoring South Korea's Catholic martyrs has celebrated its designation as an international pilgrimage site. During the celebration in December, Bishop Augustinus John Sokim, an auxiliary bishop of Daojeon, formally presented a decree from the Pontifical Council for promoting the new evangelization of the shrine's rector, Father Han Guangxiok. The Vatican Dicastery recognized the Haim Catholic Martyrs Shrine as an international pilgrimage designation on March 1, 2021. According to the Catholic News Agency, the shrine marks the spot where more than 1,000 Catholics were killed during a persecution unleashed under the Joseon dynasty between 1966 and 1882. Senior citizen in Ndola, Peter Fube, says Zambians should give President Hakainde Hichilema and the UPND government ample time to deliver development. Mr. Fube of Twapia Township said President Hakainde Hichilema and his government was currently receiving unwarranted criticism before he could even settle down. Mr. Fube said the UPND has inherited a country that was in a bad state, as evidenced by high unemployment levels and poor economy. He was speaking to Radio Chingalo News in Ndola. Let's see what we have in sports this afternoon. Nkana this afternoon faces Zanaco at home in Kitwe in one of the Week 19 league matches being played this weekend. Kalampa are third on the table as they host the Bunkers at Nkana Stadium in Osakili at 15 hours. Earlier in the lunchtime match at Nkana Stadium in Deni are clashing against Chambishi in the Copperbelt Derby. League leaders Red Arrows are away in Solwezi battling with Kansanshi Dynamos, while Kafue Celtic tackling Forest Rangers at Edwin Mboila Stadium in Lusaka. In other matches today, Konkola Blades will face Lusaka Dynamos at Konkola Stadium, and Prison Leopards are against Buildcon in Kabwe. This news broadcast comes to you in the community service of Radio Chingalo with compliments of Mosmele, and now international news as monitored from the BBC. A Canadian doctor has told of her joy after delivering a miracle baby on an overnight flight to Uganda. Dr. Aisha Khatib, a professor at the University of Toronto, was about 1 hour into her Qatar airline flight from Doha when the call went out. A Ugandan migrant worker traveling home from Saudi Arabia was about to deliver her first child. The baby, Ellie, at 35 weeks, was born healthy and was named Miracle Aisha after the doctor. Here are more stories from the BBC.
The authorities in the southern Chinese city of Zhuhai have suspended public bus services after health officials detected at least 7 positive cases of the Omicron variant of coronavirus. Residents have been warned not to leave the city, which is near Macau, unless absolutely necessary. This testing program has been launched for the city's nearly 2.5 million population. Lawyers for the woman accusing the Duke of York of sexual assault are seeking testimony from 2 people in Britain. Washington correspondent Nomia Ekdal has the details.
Virginia Giuffre's legal team says it is seeking testimony from Shukri Walker, a woman who claims to have seen Prince Andrew at Trump nightclub in London 2001 with a young girl. Ms. Giuffre contends that Prince abused her in London after visiting that club. The second request is for testimony from Major Rob Olney, Prince Andrew's former equerry. Ms. Giuffre's lawyers say she has reason to believe that Major Olney has relevant information about the Duke of York's relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, the late convicted sex offender.
Prince Andrew, who denies Ms. Giuffre's allegations, will fight the civil case in New York as a private citizen, having lost the use of his royal and military titles. The jailed former pharmaceutical executive Martin Shkreli has been banned from the sector for life in order to pay nearly $65 million in damages to victims. A federal judge in New York said Mr. Shkreli had violated laws against monopolies. Here's Richard Evans.
Judge Denise Curtis said that Shkreli had set up 2 companies that were intended to monopolize medicines so that he could profit off the backs of doctors, patients, and distributors. The origins of the case date back to 2015 when Shkreli acquired the US rights to a leading HIV drug, Daraprim, and raised its price by 5,000%.
a move Judge Coker called particularly heartless. He also drafted supply agreements which blocked the development of cheaper generic drugs by at least 18 months.
A recap of our headlines as we end the news on Radio Ichengelo. Lack of recreational facilities worries the civic leader in Chilila Bombwe. Senior citizen in Ndola analyze UPND government. Nkana face Zanaco this afternoon. So friends, for these and more stories, you can visit our Facebook page. Log on to Facebook and like the Radio Ichengelo page and link to radioichengelo.radio12345.com. Remember to play your part in the fight against the coronavirus pandemic by adhering to the safety guidelines as outlined by the Ministry of Health and the World Health Organization. Wear a mask when in public, avoid large groups, and maintain social distance. Avoid unnecessary movements, wash your hands frequently for at least 20 seconds, cover your cough or sneeze with a flexed elbow, handkerchief, or tissue. This has been Patrick Mpeta with the main news. Good afternoon.